this. We won't make it in time.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to have your emotions stirred because the highly anticipated sequel to the beloved Pixar film Inside Out is officially in the works. That's right, our favorite little emotions are back and ready to take us on another wild ride through the mind of a young girl named Riley. The question is, what do we know so far? Well, you've come to the right place. Here's everything we know about Inside Out 2.
No, lava! Oh!
Imagination Land is the best.
Now, we know what you're thinking, but wait, didn't Inside Out already wrap up its story nicely? Why do we need a sequel? Well, my dear friends, the answer is simple, because who wouldn't want to spend more time on these lovable characters? Plus, we have a feeling that the filmmakers at Pixar have some pretty incredible ideas up their sleeves for this sequel. Now, on to the second question. When will we get to see the movie? Inside Out 2 will be released in 2024, according to the statement made public on the official Pixar Twitter account and made public at the D23 Expo in 2022. The Hollywood Reporter reports that Disney has decided to release the movie on June 14, 2024. One thing that hasn't been said is whether Inside Out 2 will be released only in theaters or through Disney+. Soul, Luca, and Turning Red were all released exclusively on Disney+, demonstrating that Pixar has not shied away from putting some of its films on the streaming service. Lightyear, on the other hand, was shown in theaters, and it didn't do as well as expected at the box office, so nobody knows what will happen with Inside Out 2. Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
What are you doing out here?
Well, there's not much call for imaginary friends lately.
Let's start off by talking about where Inside Out left off. The initial film focused on Riley, an 11-year-old girl, and her feelings following the relocation of her family to a new city. Joy and Sadness teamed up at the end of the movie to help Riley tell her parents that she misses her old life and adjust to a new one. They began restoring the girl's personality after creating a new core memory. When they see a new button on their control panel with the name Puberty, their feelings also point to another significant shift. Inside Out 2 might open up new possibilities and exciting adventures. Either Pixar's studio might see Riley as a young adult who has reached puberty. Alternately, a time lapse might occur. The plot is still a mystery because there's not much information available, but that doesn't stop us from making wild or speculated guesses though. However, we are hopeful that the film's second act will see additional creative developments. There is something that we do know for sure though, and we're a little too excited for it. Remember how we just talked about the possibility of Riley exploring the young adult life? Well, stick around and you'll find out what we're talking about.
I'm okay now. Come on, the train station is this way.
Get ready to relive your teenage experiences once again, but this time through Riley's eyes. We can't even fathom how exciting it's going to be watching Riley go through her "it's not a phase" phase. The D23 Expo confirmed this exciting news, and so did Amy. Will Riley be the rebellious kind? Are we going to see some dyed hair and piercings? It'll be exciting to see Riley's head during her teenage years because we all know what it was like to be a teenager. So much craziness. Also, who doesn't love a good old coming-of-age movie? But whatever it is, don't worry. Riley will definitely have your back. Whether your teenage years means bunking school or getting your tongue pierced.
Yeah, sure. What did we do to deserve you? Mwah.
First things first, we have some very joyous news. Yes, Amy is reprising her role as Joy, and it was made clear during the announcement at D23 that she would present for the sequel, which is such a fun development. Although Amy has performed in a number of excellent character roles, her voice work as Joy has always been one of our favorites. As far as other cast members are concerned, honestly, there's no confirmation of them returning. To recap, these stars included Lewis Black, Phyllis Smith, Bill Hader, and Mindy Kaling. Unfortunately, there have been rumors that some of the original stars might not be returning at all, and we truly hope that's not true. Fingers crossed. The only two stars who return has been confirmed are Amy and Diane. In the coming months, hopefully we'll have more information regarding the cast, and we really are manifesting the best.
You know what I realized? Riley hasn't had lunch. Remember?
Now, this is something that will definitely be new for Riley, as well as us. While this seems to be a very exciting idea, we're a little scared. Hey, it's always difficult at first to feel and experience new things, especially if they're out of your comfort zone. It was confirmed at D23 Expo that Riley would experience new feelings in Inside Out 2. While it hasn't been disclosed yet what new emotions Riley will experience, we're open to taking suggestions, which is where you guys come in. Do let us know in the comments below what you think. Will it be the typical feelings that teenagers experience during those years, such as love, or are we going to get into more intense feelings like anxiety? We can't wait to see where this will lead us.
Will be.
Oh, Sadness, I have a super important job just for you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Follow me.
Now, we've talked a lot about what we can expect to see in the screen, but let's dive into who's behind it all. Inside Out 2 will be directed by Kelsey Mann. Although Kelsey hasn't directed a Pixar feature film before, he has worked on many of them. He was part of the story writing team for The Good Dinosaur, and he also worked as a creative consultant for the entertaining Disney Plus original series. Apart from that, he's also worked on Monsters at Work. Did you know that he worked on the story for Onward and was in the creative team for Lightyear? Seems like a pretty exceptional guy. Pete, who directed the previous film, is without a doubt Pixar royalty at this point. He has undoubtedly proven himself in the field of animation, having directed Monsters, Inc., Up, and Soul, three of Pixar's fan favorites. However, we truly are eager to see how a new viewpoint will affect a sequel to a film beloved as Inside Out.
She's probing us.
I'm done. You pretend to be Joy.
What? Okay,
Even though the original director for the movie isn't coming back, we're pleased to tell you that one of the previous writers will be back. Meg, who co-wrote the Inside Out screenplay, will return to write the sequel script, according to Pixar's announcement. This is very exciting news considering that everyone loved the story of Riley adapting to a new environment and attempting to process her emotions in order to properly deal with them. Also, Joy's journey of learning to accept Riley's sadness was beautiful and touching. But let's not forget about Bing Bong, the favorite scene stealer. We're not crying, you are. We're even more excited for what's to come now that we know that Meg will return to write. And we can't wait to see the story she comes up with for this wonderful world of emotions once more.
Who's your friend who likes to play?
At the D23 Expo, Amy publicly announced that she went through the script for the sequel and it was nothing short of amazing. And we believe you, Amy. She talked more about Riley being a teenager and how emotions at that age are. All of the madness and the chaos. She further explained that the movie plans to go more in depth this time, regarding mental health and emotional intelligence. She also talked about the movie, explaining how emotions can also physically manifest themselves. Honestly, after hearing Amy talk about the movie at the Expo, being eager is an understatement. Can 2024 please just hurry up?
Did you say birthday?
And there's gonna be cake and presents.
The first installment of Inside Out, widely regarded as one of the greatest animated films ever made, was a huge success at the box office and with critics. It brought in $858.8 million all over the world as a total collection. According to the facts, the first part of Inside Out was the 7th highest grossing movie of 2015. Did you know it came in 6th place on the 2015 most valuable blockbusters list? Now, that's not impressive. We don't know what is. Considering how successful the first movie was, there's not a single doubt in our mind that the second one won't be just as or even more successful. So folks, mark your calendars for 2024 because that's when Inside Out 2 is set to hit theaters. In the meantime, let's rewatch the first film and start speculating about the sequel. One thing is for sure, Inside Out 2 is sure to be a joyous ride and an emotional journey not to be missed. And as Joy would say, I'm sorry, I'm just so excited I can't contain it.
Was he with anyone?
Yes, and there she is!
Hey, come back here!
Forget it, Jake. It's Cloud Town.